U.S. News Update, January 17, 2026, detailed and explained. Federal judge limits ICE's tactics against protesters in Minnesota. On January 16 to 17, a federal judge in Minnesota issued a preliminary injunction restricting how U.S. immigration agents and ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, can act during protests. This judge specifically ruled that agents are barred from using aggressive crowd control measures, including the use of pepper spray, non-lethal projectiles, and broad detentions against demonstrators. The Guardian. Pushpin why this matters. For weeks, cities like Minneapolis have seen protests linked to immigration enforcement actions and the deployment of federal agents under Operation Metro Surge. Legal advocates argued that federal tactics were excessively forceful and violated basic civil liberties. This injunction represents a judicial check on federal enforcement powers, showing that courts are willing to limit how far federal agencies can go during civil demonstra. Expands visa ban exceptions for international sporting events. The U.S. government announced that it is expanding visa ban exceptions to allow athletes, coaches, officials, and associated personnel to enter the United States for major international and domestic sporting events, including the Olympics and the FIFA World Cup 2026. Pushpin why this matters. Normally, broad visa restrictions could prevent many foreign visitors from entering the U.S. for travel, work, or sports. This expansion is designed to make sure that global sporting events can proceed smoothly with participants from around the world. It reflects how the U.S. balances immigration policy with international diplomacy and cultural activities, recognizing the economic and social importance of sports tourism and global competition. U.S. President to attend World Economic Forum 2026 in Davos. The White House officially announced that the U.S. president will attend the World Economic Forum's annual meeting 2026 in Davos, Switzerland. This annual summit brings together leaders from government, business, and international organizations to discuss global economic issues. Pushpin why this matters. Attendance by the U.S. President highlights Washington's continued role in global economic leadership and cooperation. At Davos, topics typically include trade, investment, geopolitical tensions, technology regulation, and climate policy. For Americans and the global audience, this presence signals that the U.S. still aims to be a central voice in international economic discussions as geopolitical competition rises. U.S. Ukraine talks in Miami on security and economic cooperation. On January 17, delegations from the United States and Ukraine met in Miami, Florida to launch a new round of negotiations. These discussions focused on security guarantees and economic cooperation. The aim is to finalize agreements that could provide for long-term support, security frameworks, and economic development, which may be tied to broader international engagement, including possible signing at the World Economic Forum. Pushpin why this matters. This ongoing diplomatic coordination underscores the deep strategic partnership between the U.S. and Ukraine. By negotiating security guarantees and economic collaboration, both countries are working to strengthen Ukraine's resilience against foreign aggression, as well as support its economic sustainability. These talks also reflect broader U.S. foreign policy priorities in Europe and global security. Polar vortex to bring severe cold across large parts of the U.S. Meteorologists reported that a major polar vortex is expected to bring weeks of frigid Arctic air across a significant portion of the United States, potentially extending through late January and possibly into February. In northern and central regions, temperatures are forecast to be dramatically below normal, with wind chills dropping to dangerous levels. The unusual weather may even lead to snowfall in typically warm areas like Florida, marking rare meteorological events for the region. People.com. Pushpin why this matters. Such extreme weather has broad implications for public safety, infrastructure, energy demand, and transportation. When temperatures plummet far below average, especially in southern states unaccustomed to snow, communities may face power outages, hazardous travel conditions, and increased emergency service demand. This news reflects both climatic patterns and the need for readiness in weather emergent.